You what the deal? Peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Peace to all the righteous human beings on the planet Earth. This your man, King Louis Allah, coming to y'all on this, I don't even know the date. I think it's the Wisdom Knowledge Day of February. Wisdom and knowledge, right? So I'm going to strive to kick some wisdom and some knowledge. I'm going to talk about some things about hip-hop and its culture, right? You know, to all the people in Houston, keep your head up. You know, man, the United States ought to come up for winter states to, come up with a salt sand gravel mix to help with travel during bad weather. You know, they rarely see snow. I know Texas snowstorms ain't no joke. I was in one, and oh my God, I was in one back in the day, 2000 and some, 2007. Hey, oh my God, Texas, Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Oklahoma was all fucked up. So, but we get it all the time in the D. And so, just, you gotta stay up, you know what I'm saying? What I want to talk about? Well, yeah, it's, people, the hot trending topic is snitching, right? And, I've told on some people, people consider me to be a street nigga, right? I put on my IG meme I found saying that a street nigga is a misinformed nigga, right? And so, I don't like the term street nigga. I think, we shouldn't let other people define us, especially me. I could be a college nigga or a 5%er. I'm a well-rounded, universal person, human being, right? And so a person that gets his or her money from the street, why do we call people that make their money independently a street person? That's kind of disrespectful. That person is an independent entrepreneur that can generate revenue from the blacktop, from the street top, from the dirt, from the grass. That's a woman that's started her own hair salon from her parents' house or from her house and then went to her own salon. People call her a street person. That's ridiculous. Somebody that's, hustling in the street selling, merchandise they might come across for low and then sell it for high. Just because you independent and know how to make money independently don't make you a street person. If you a drug dealer, you're a drug dealer. If you a hustler, you're a hustler. So, that street person definition terminology is not right. That's someone that's ignorant to the ways of the world. See, we not wilderness, martial law, wild, wild west civilization. And for people that like to use that term street person, and so they saying, so it's a code that come with street person. Bear with me. It's a code that so-called street people supposed to use, and that's the no snitching rule, right? You're not supposed to tell on nothing, or you supposed to handle it yourself. That's ridiculous. If if you are a street person, you supposed to know all the rules of the street. And if you was a street person, you would know the police are in the street. People that talk that shit act like the police don't exist. See, they act like the police don't exist. But the police exist and they patrol the street. They walk the street looking for so-called people handling their street business. So it's that kind of behavior and mind frame only leads you to jail. And what's so good about going to jail? See what I'm saying? Now, on one hand, there ain't, the toughest man and woman don't want to be in jail. And, there ain't nothing honorable about going to jail. There is nothing honorable about snitching, but there is nothing honorable about going to jail. So, the police are in the street. And so, man, I think that's just, you need to know the law of the land, and, stop referring to people as street people, street niggas or street girl, because, they get their money from the street, not in traditional ways where you get a franchise or, work for somebody or, so, but, this been the latest trending topic in hip hop, and so they trying to make snitching cool. They trying to make snitching snitching a part of today's culture, today's hip hop culture. They trying to make it cool. Tekashi 6ix9ine got a Showtime TV show coming out, and they celebrating him snitching. They gonna talk about it. That's wrong, man. So now it is that the OG that take the youngins up under their wing got to show them legitimate ways to make money and can't involve somebody looking up to you trying to learn some things that can lead them into jail where they will have to snitch because, Tekashi made it cool to be a snitch. And that's due to his record company, giving him, advancing him millions, and they have to recoup, some of that cost, some of that money. So they making him, that's, it's okay to do that. It is never okay to enter in something illegal with other people, get caught, and then tell on the people you entered that illegal business with. That is snitching, You should never do that. And so, you should never do that. And so, that's what they saying he did, Now some of his telling, I understand. They tried to, lead a boy face down. You no longer loyal to people that you in it with that turn on you before the police come. You no longer loyal. And the things they done, that he say they done to him, have anybody calling the police. But You know, people gonna argue, you know, if he was into putting hits on people, why didn't he put somebody on the people that done him that way? Whatever. That ain't none of my business. I'm just saying, snitching. Snitching is when you tell on people, you know, you down with, you know, your comrades. When you tell on them people, when all y'all get caught or you get caught, to save yourself, you become that definition of a snitch, right? When you tell on somebody who you in it with to save yourself, you become a snitch. I told on people because I was a victim of some people that I knew. Just because I knew them don't make me no snitch. You know, niggas cross me, and you know, the first thing to do is inform the law. See, you know, you could still, you know, put somebody in the ground if they feel a certain way about you telling, because they belief system and moral ideology is off, is unbalanced, right? So they think that, you know, you supposed to take being a victim or take the law in your hands. You know, taking the law in your hands will most definitely get you incarcerated or killed, right? But, you know, but, you know, you got self-defense laws if they get mad and come at you. I mean, you know, if you bout it, right? You know, and you're not scared to defend yourself, your family, your property, then, and somebody cross you, what's the problem of telling the police? See, telling the police in advance or first, the first step, and then you may have to defend yourself and get to kill the people that done you wrong anyway. That's my reasoning. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not down. And then some people might try to, and so the dudes that crossed me that made me tell the police tried to put me with them. They're gonna rob me, then try to put me with them. That's ridiculous. That's dumb. So, you know, I'm dealing with a lower level, lower class human being where the smart thing to do is bring in law enforcement because they dumb. You know, they real dumb. You know, why go sit in a cell? You know, you got to have vision. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you send yourself, you know, killing somebody, going to jail, you got to think, is their life worth it? Right? Because people talking about take the law in your hands. Is their life worth your freedom over some material things, possessions? Is their life worth over material possessions that someday can be replaced? So, but, you know, like I had to tell some rappers, you know, I don't get royalties of publishing. You know, I can't, you know, I can't afford to lose guns and leathers and electronics and you know, and money, cause I don't get royalties in publishing. You know, I work for mine, you know, and I can't afford to lose $100,000 chain, a $50,000 watch. Nothing I didn't pay for, you know, I can't, you know. So, but I wasn't saying nothing. I was riding, rolling past that. And that didn't make the haters happy. And they started talking shit. Now, okay, so you're going to cop to that. So I told the same thing they said to me to the police. So, you know, I don't feel bad. I ain't down with them. I'm not down with being robbed, and I'm not down with home invasion or auto theft. That don't put money in my pocket. That don't put money in their pocket. So, yeah, man. But you know, somebody wanted me to, you know, talk about pussy-kombz some more, and you know, I don't like talking about people, period. I'd rather be striving to enlighten about knowledge of self and how that can benefit your life, growth and development of yourself, right? And my experiences in growth and development. But he was one of hip-hop's first snitches, right? Pussy-Kombz. And people don't know this, and people overlook this. And it ain't funny. I do believe he was hip-hop's, his so-called hip-hop community first snitch. I can't think of nobody snitching before him. Maybe one other dude, but I don't know that to be true. But it's the nightclub shooting. And when, he was dating J-Lo, y'all had to look this up. He was dating J-Lo. And it's in the 90s. And I think it was in the 90s. Could have been. No, it could have been the 2000s. It really could have been the 2000s. Early 2000s. And, he was dating J-Lo, and Shine was out. And Shine was his artist. And then the nightclub, I think, was New Year's Eve or New Year's, I think, right? Yeah. And, they got the Pussy-Kombz got to throwing money, or somebody got to throwing money in his face. And next thing you know, they pull out guns, and Shine's gun shot a woman in the eye, I think. And, he went to jail for 10 years. Shine's name is Jamal Burrows, right? He went to jail for, I think that's right, 10 years. And y'all can check factz. And I always wonder, but, back to Big Jane Deal, Pussy-Kombz' former ex-bodyguard was telling how he got Pussy-Kombz hired Johnny Cochran to represent him, right? And Gene say people would come to the bad boy office and he would send them to the prosecuting attorney office. And so Pussy-Kombz had a gun that night. And the story is he offered his driver to take the gun from him. For some money, he would pay the driver to say the gun is his. Now, I don't know if Pussy-Kombz shot a gun or not, but he wanted to get that gun off him. And the driver said no. Now, New York law is, that's an automatic 2 years to have an unregistered handgun. You don't even have to be a felon. It's an automatic law. It's a automatic jail time to have an unregistered handgun. And he had one. And so now we look back, him working with Johnny Cochran and the prosecuting attorney, Pussy-Kombz didn't do no jail time. He should have at least done at least 18 to 24 months in Rikers somewhere. But, he helped, he gave them shine to save his own ass. He told exactly what happened to Johnny Cochran and the prosecuting attorney, and he saved his own ass, right? And so that's a snitch. He put Shine on the payroll, was, making Shine a star. Shine sound like Biggie a little bit. Well, more than a little bit. But, Shine don't look, Shine a little nigga, and Biggie a big black dude, but Shine sound like Biggie, right? And so, he snitched. He snitched to save his own ass. That's a snitch. And then later Gene talk about how, he was turning paperwork in to the IRS to get Suge arrested. Now that's why I don't know if that's true. That's like, but him And so, what, and so we don't never hear how they got his gun charge, his gun that came out in the court or in the news to disappear. See, when a gun case in a nightclub shooting that you had disappear, you didn't told on somebody. So he told on Shine. See what I'm saying? The hip hop police thought he was some kind of royalty, and they protected him. Made his gun and his gun charge disappear. That's rough when you can make Lil Wayne just got pardoned by Donald Trump for having a gun on his tour bus that wasn't even in his possession. He went to jail. Lil Wayne did like 18 months, I think, in New York penitentiary. Because, somebody said he had, and the police went on an empty tour bus and found the gun, and Lil Wayne just claimed it. Could have been anybody's. And Lil Wayne don't have no felonies and no shit like this, so Donald Trump just pardoned. But Lil Wayne took that gun charge. See what I'm saying? Pussy-Kombz wasn't willing to do that. That dude a rat. He a snitch. Told on Shine, probably told on everything that happened, right? To save his own ass. And, you can best believe that's what happened, right? And so now I done heard that back in the day, Pussy-Kombz hired faggotycent. Y'all know who faggotycent is. I don't know what he did at Fag Boy Records, but maybe he was a writer, some producer, I don't know. But I heard through the grapevine that he hired faggotycent briefly, right? And faggotycent, now I don't know if this after he got famous, but faggotycent testified against Irv Gotti Lorenzo, that's the CEO of Murder Inc., and his brother Chris Lorenzo, for saying he had knowledge of, they financial dealings. I don't know if that's true, but that's a snitch. It was said faggotycent was mad at Murder Inc. because they wouldn't acknowledge him like he wanted to be acknowledged. And, he turned jealous. And, they was down with a hustler from the street named Kenneth Supreme. And so Irv and Ja Rule had a good relationship with a street dude, a so-called street dude that faggotycent wanted to build his name off them as well. But Murder Inc. then, far as the rest of the world go that follow hip hop, did not, maybe New York could see it that way, but I didn't see Murder Inc. building their name off their relationship with Kenneth Supreme. He was a Supreme team boss back in the day, slanging and things of that nature. But, don't nobody know that until the feds, the FBI launched a case for money laundering and other things on Murder Inc. and faggotycent testified for the feds, for the federal government. And I didn't know he was in their business like that to have any information about it. But if you want to be down with these dudes, why would you snitch? And this video of faggotycent going in the courtroom snitching. Now people say, he worked for the feds. He got federal handlers or federal people he can call and tell on people. And, he was running, and so him and Tekashi 6ix9ine became cool, and they was running around, and then Tekashi wound up snitching on more than just his gang tradeaway from what's being brought to the light, right? And so, I believe faggotycent influenced some kind of way Tekashi 6ix9ine to tell. See what I'm saying? And now Tekashi 6ix9ine got a Showtime special and Showtime show coming out talking about, his life. And, they, putting out there, that's part of his marketing now. He's snitching. So it ain't cool, you know what I'm saying? Because, don't know don't nobody want to be in the federal penitentiary, state penitentiary, or local or city, county jails. Jail is no joke, you see. So, yeah, man. Yeah, that's, and, hip hop culture used to be about messaging and music, but when you got shallow, weak dudes that want to pretend they getting drug money and act the part and dress the part, but they really not that. See what I'm saying? So, I don't sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? I don't do no crime. I learned my lesson, just by watching other people, take hits from the, from the police. You can, if you wise or have an understanding that this could be you, you're gonna be more careful. So, that's how I learned. That's how I learned, and I pay attention to all the hustlers going in and coming out of jail. They do not want to be in the federal penitentiary, especially doing no life, send no 30 years. That's ridiculous. Not saying they don't tell, because that's how they get these sentences, and that's how they go to federal, because they not telling. See, the real hustlers and dealers, they not telling. So, but these rap dudes that's then put salt in the game, faggotycent and pussy-kombz and gayz for, got the DA, former DA informant snitch there working for, one of his companies, man. It's terrible. And, he claiming drug lord. That's how okay. We all understand being reformed and changed, but, you got to hire a DEA informant that got cartel people incarcerated. And that's wild. Now, if you say you reformed, if gayz come out and say, I'm not about the dope life and y'all shouldn't do that, and if he launched a marketing campaign against drug dealing, like he was with Russell trying to change the drug law, the Rockefeller govern the Rockefeller drug laws, if he come out and launched a campaign anti-drug dealing, if he come out and launch that kind of campaign, I wouldn't trip on who he hired and what they did. But, he, and so that make him look like a snitch. Having a former DA informant snitch working for you, and you claiming street drug dealer kingpin status. That's ridiculous. With no more anti-drug dealing campaigns, that's he's suspect. You see what I'm saying? And if y'all do your homework, y'all know some police, and as like, I heard this hip hop police dude wrote a book named Derek Parker, I think. I think his name Derek Parker, and it's a real good book. I think it's called Hip Hop Police or Hip Hop. He got a real good book out, and he say Big then went to jail for some drug, but gayz ain't never been to jail for no drugs, but he showing up claiming kingpin drug dealer, right? And so he becomes suspect, right? If you don't have, if you didn't sold all these drugs for this many years and then you turn around and hire a DA, snitch, that make you look like an informant yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what that looked like. And it don't have to be a street person vision, perspective. That's someone with some common sense that has some understanding of these situations. See what I'm saying? So, you know, man. You know. No, not with me. And I'm not seeking no deal. You know, I can rap. I may bust a rapper, drop an album one day. If I turn 65 or 67 or whatever, you know, if KRS-One and Ice Cone can still drop an album, gayz can drop an album, why can't I? You know, so, but, no, I wouldn't, if they was seeking me or offering me, I wouldn't sign with The Rock. I wouldn't sign with them or no part of who faggotycent with. No way. You know, because they getting brothers locked up for real. For real. And I don't have to be, I just don't want to be associated with people that's on that level that get people locked up. That's crazy. So, yeah, man, so I want to talk about, man, you know, y'all got to wake up and, you know, we ought to get rid of this kind of culture, not just in hip hop, but in general. You know, we ought to strive to be legitimate businessmen and women for real. So people won't have to snitch on us. And if they snitching on us, it's nothing that we breaking the law. They just hating and jealous, telling our business. So that's all I wanted to say. And, you know, one last thing, man, I think we need to, you know, we got some more people to get out of jail. That's Mumia, Abu Jamal, Philadelphia, locked up in Pennsylvania. He's a political prisoner. Matulu Shakur is a political prisoner, and Asada Shakur. And all those still incarcerated that was associated with the Black Panther political party and the MOVE family and the Africa family. You know, we need to, if those are still incarcerated, they are truly political prisoners, and we need to do all we can to keep them alive and their situation, their names and situation on the right people's minds. So that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. So it's been 30 minutes. I'm out. You know, I hope y'all find some, gain some understanding of, you know, real versus fake. See what I'm saying? Real versus fake. And I told somebody I'm really willing to sit down with anybody online or whatever. We can do it online, that Zoom camera stuff, or in person, and defend my position about snitching, because brothers and sisters, some brothers just don't get it, you know, and it ain't funny. You know, and every situation is different. You know, I'm confident that I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? And I know what a snitch is. I've been interrogated and had information, but you know, I didn't give it up. And you know, and the people that I protected and didn't tell on ain't shit today, and I still ain't gave it up. So, you know, because I really ain't doing shit in the street, so-called, you know, breaking the law is, you know, that's, you know, that's what they call it, right? So, yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say. I'm out. Peace.